play the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombs Dingo gonna find Rainer.
Welcome back, everybody. I am, of course, Jason, and we have another NGS replay matchup for you here out of C East. Durotan's Couch versus Winky Face. And we have game number 1 already queued up and ready to go. So let's hop on in to Battlefield of Eternity once again, back to back here on this map. And first, on the left, we have Durotan's Couch. We got Captain Wedge. We're going to be playing the Tyrael. Down bot, we've got Big Egg Roll on the Vala. We've got Salm playing the... Oh, actually, that's the Vala. Big Egg Roll is on...
10 seconds.
Oh, no, I'm all kinds of confused now. Salm is on the Anduin. Okay, I got it now. Sir Noble on the Garrosh, and Wildcard going to be playing the Kael'thas. Meanwhile, Winky Face, we've got Rexar up top being played by Full Mango. And we have Janzer is going to be on the Muradin, Zhao going to be on the Ana, Brickhouse on the Liming, and we've got Michelin playing the Zeratul. Skins are throwing me off, folks, I gotta admit. That's pretty neat, though. Definitely doesn't look like Anduin until his abilities start coming out. Wildcard getting hit with the sleep, and then immediately woken up by Liming there with the Q. Toss in on Janzers there. Genzers? But he's got the Dwarf Toss to get out. Got not only second wind, but the Ana, so plenty of healing opportunities for him to get back into this one. Not running with scissors? What? Don't do the B-step into a gank. I got it. So as is customary here on Battlefield of Eternity, kind of an uneventful start as both teams do the 4v4 in bot. A little bit more of a pick potential for Durotan's Couch, so Winky Face playing it safe for sure. It's a graphic glitch with Anduin. Oh, alright. That's interesting. Good to know. Yeah, I got to admit it to you guys, I just haven't been casting a whole lot, so, you know, seeing it from up top. Not seeing the new skins or stuff I haven't seen before. Like this Vala is a skin I'm definitely not familiar with. Not that it's not cool, but either way. Camp picked up maybe a little early by Durotan's Couch, but not too early. Looks like they're going to try and push in with it. But Camp taken just a little bit later over on the side of Winky Face. Well, this is going to give them the opportunity to clean this up. Though they don't have the best wave clear, especially without the Zeratul. Like Zeratul had started to rotate up top, but now Michelin will come on down. Voodoo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Gee, I wonder who this great Garrosh player could be. Could it be perhaps Sir Noble? So Genzer is going to have a very timely Dwarf Toss to get out of that combo, just before Salm could get in with that Chastise to have him rooted there. So defensive squad here for Durotan's Couch. They're trying to push him out here. And again, the toss in and the toss out. Genzer's doing the hokey pokey, but this time he's throwing all about. That's what it's all about? No, okay, sorry, I'm bad. Brick House taking a ton of damage. We see Michaelin also being the worse for wear after spreading around some bombage. And yeah, Immortal taking down a peg, but Winky Face hurting. And it looks like for now that's going to be full commit from Durotan's couch. I like that call. As soon as you get that win, you just 5 of them dead sprint to the other side to get as much value as they can, and they win the race. Now, if Winky Face had seen that and understood that that was their play, they maybe could have collapsed in and procced halftime, but they just went for it. They just went and did the thing. And now they're getting themselves an Immortal here to start off the game. We saw in the last matchup kind of a similar conundrum of race versus more defensive CC style, like what Durotan's couch is having here, this more we'd rather defend kind of style with the Garrosh. But Durotan's couch, the difference here is they have the race potential to follow it up and really take advantage. And you saw it there. Meanwhile, Misha kind of in the middle of nowhere here, getting poked. Does get the stun on the back line, though, but ultimately is going to go down. Genzer's tossed in once again, and Dwarf tosses away. If nothing else, it's just keeping him from having any sort of value. While, meanwhile, the back line is just ripping apart the structures and or the Immortal and or other members of Winky Face. As Kael'thas can do damage to all of those things at the same time, somehow. Meanwhile, look at the camp grab. Just Durotan's couch just playing the game very decisively right now. They know what they want to do, and they just go immediately do it. These guys are not one bit of hesitation in their play right now. Down bot, Michaelin looking to get some passive soak. Be in the shadow. We'll eventually see this rotation down for Durotan's couch. Both teams kind of playing that passive be the ward in the bush kind of game right now. But a nice camp grab for Durotan's couch, as they'll look to push in with it here. They've got pretty good siege. And again, you don't want to get too close to that Garrosh. Michaelin kind of dancing around him, though. But ultimately, that's Anduin's kind of healing in terms of countering that damage that's coming in from Zeratul. But eventually, we'll see this get cleared up by Winky Face. Take a little bit of damage to this bot front wall. Both teams gonna make their rounds, grab their shaman camps. Defensive posturing by these Immortals to start, so no big advantage there. However, Winky Face has gotten a bit of a soak advantage here. About a half level ahead. They're going to get this level 10. Definitely have the advantage here for this impending fight in the mid. You see them starting to charge in a little bit. Love to see them start putting damage down on it. You know that Durotan's couch is likely not going to come fight you with that level 10. They charge down and try to force the fight, but now level 10s are in on the other side for Durotan's couch. Sir Noble does get the charge in, and this time the taunt, I should say the toss in, but this time the taunt to follow it up. And this time there is no dwarf toss out for poor Muradin. Pretty nice pick there for Durotan's couch. Going to allow them to get started on the race. Still 7 seconds till Muradin is back. The death timer is not so long that they're not going to get a chance to take this after halftime, but this will be halftime proc at the very least for Durotan's couch. I do like Winky Face's response, though. They go out, they get lots of charge, and now they'll recollapse in, and they'll have a shot at defending up top here. You do see Sir Noble trying to zone them away for the moment. Wild card being chased down here as Genzer's looking to make something happen. Rain in response, but a big VP. But look at Captain Wedge coming in on the backside with that judgment onto Zeratul. And for now, it looks like both teams are going to go ahead and back off. Is going to allow Durotan's couch to at least attempt to finish this off, though. And, yeah. Winky Face disengaged so much that that's going to be completely free. Unleash the Boars does come out. Going to slow the retreat now. Sir Noble taking a little bit of damage. But is able to toss Suln out. Great play by Sir Noble there. That's looking out for your healer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying this mostly because I'm a support main this season. You love to see that from your tank. But we will see a little bit of damage coming in onto the Misha. Oh, maybe a lot of damage. Ah, KT just barely not able to find the bear there with that gravity lapse. Meanwhile, Fort is going down here. Toss Anduin out and then leave the Faith Garrosh out. I like it. Get you out of any situation. You see the Phoenix coming in on the backside. Lots of damage coming out onto Sir Noble, though. He's going to have to back up. Armor or no, but actually both tanks having to dive out. Front wall goes down. Judgment coming in with the gravity lapse follow-up. Then the toss in on a full Mango. And that's going to be Bear and Bear Keeper down. Meanwhile, Brickhouse looking for a reset. Got the Nano. Rain of Vengeance coming down to try and help them escape. And it looks like they are going to make it out of here. Gravity Lapse in return as the members of Durotan's couch consider turning on that. But either way, they got the entire front wall. They got a little bit of keep damage. And they made it out without any deaths. Durotan's couch doing a nice job of not overstaying there. Now both forts are down. And you can start to see a path to victory here for Durotan's couch. Winky Face certainly not out of it just yet. It's level 13s now, and for both teams, still very, very even on the level. But massive structure advantage here is going to start to come into play for Durotan's couch. As we get into this later game, you win one team fight decisively. You can go down and open up that keep. Get yourselves even more catapults running down that lane, which on this map can be very, very annoying to have to deal with. And then maybe one more team fight after that. You could be looking at the core. Captain Wedge rotating up top, getting a little bit extra soak in. Both of these teams doing pretty well on the soak. Staying pretty even with each other overall. Now you could make an argument that Winky Face has been doing a better job since all this XP from Durotan's couch coming in for these structures and the passive XP. And yet Winky Face still keeping toe-to-toe with them. Oh, and look at the focus onto Rexar. He's been caught out. I didn't even see it coming. But, boy, that judgment came out instantly from Captain Wedge. Michelin trying to do something on the backside. Void Prism hits 2. But there's the Nano Boost coming out onto Brickhouse. And they're looking to try and counter-engage this. But ultimately, just a little bit too healthy. The Anduin heals coming in a little bit too strong to find any kind of kill here. And a lot of return damage. Captain Wedge looking to try and separate anybody out there with that Holy Ground. Gensers will be separated out, but it looks like they are not really interested in pursuing. Meanwhile, down bot, the push from the Shaman camp getting just a little bit more damage onto the keep. But that's going to be Durotan's Couch rotating back, getting the free clear, and getting a full shield Immortal out of this. Yeah, I knew Ace would be excited about those judgments for sure, but actually, Winky Face gets in here, and they do re-engage. The turnaround with that Light Bomb going to be good enough to get them out. But they do prevent the Immortal from being grabbed there. Meanwhile, up top, Captain Wedge trying his best to deal with that camp, pressuring the top for it. Gensers gets... No! He gets tossed in, but the Dwarf Toss came out right before we saw that Warlord's challenge. Oh, and the Wave of Force interrupting the Judgment. Otherwise, we'd probably see a dead Gensers there. And there is the toss in. And I think Gensers actually didn't have enough mana to Dwarf Toss out, or it was on cooldown, or both. But Brick House is going to go down. 2 for nothing. Michaelin trying to find something in there, but it looks like Nisha is going to be the one getting harassed for the most part here. Sir Noble is low, but he's got a lot of armor. Meanwhile, while this is going on, the Immortal was captured. Nearly full shields. Embrace a 10-second cooldown. Yeah. That's true. And I do see the bottom keep going down. VP, actually. Never mind. It's not going down just yet. This is a weird position for Sir Noble to be in, but they do end up getting the keep. Meanwhile, up top, Rexar trying to defend against this Immortal. Has taken out the shields, which is a big part of it. But now all 5 members are here. Sir Noble at about half health. Multiple members low on mana. While Winky Face is pretty fresh, but they still don't have 16 in this moment. And the keep is on fire. The big judgment up top, and Rexar, or not Rexar, actually, that was Murden. Murden gets taken down, but there's Rexar. I was just, seeing the future a little bit. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But the other story is Durotan's Couch. They're going to go ahead and take game number 1 here, it looks like. They are on the keep. The core, it is going down. A little bit of a return kill onto the Tyrael at least, but that's just going to give him explosion damage. Game number 1 here on Battlefield of Eternity belongs to Durotan's Couch. Bit of a, as good old JR would say, a bit of a slobber knocker. But Durotan's Couch executing very well their more defensive heavy strat. Give you guys a look at these talents and stats one last time before we move on to game 2. Report Tyrael for trait value. Yeah, that's fair. And Kael'thas doing quite a lot of hero damage and siege. Getting that PvE damage out in a big, big way there. You love to see it. Rexar, a pretty interesting pick for this map. I don't see any particular problem with Rexar, but it's just kind of an interesting way to try to enable, like the Li Ming combo damage and Zeratul on the backside. It just kind of felt like Durotan's Couch had the more threatening comp out of these two in terms of CC potential, and especially with like you said, with the judgments, Ace. Those were really, really solid judgments throughout the game. Either way, let's get on, moving on to game number 2. It's a nice, bright, and sunny day here in Southern Oregon. So I figured we'd open up the windows and go ahead and get some replay casts in. couple matches last night that didn't get covered. And I can't give enough credit, by the way, to all of the casters so far this season. They have been just ridiculous with not only covering all of the casts, but they're covering most of the casts, but then getting the replay casting done as well. I'm pretty sure we've overall documented pretty much all of Season 7 so far, one way or the other. We're up to some odd 260, 270 replays out of the 250 or 60 casts. So like that, and then the replay casts were actually getting more documented than the casts, the main live casts that we've done, and almost as many as all of the games total. So it's been pretty amazing to see. But let's see. Let's get on into game number 2. Which is going to be on Tomb of the Spider Queen. On the left, once again, we've got Durotan's Couch, Big Egg Roll, going to be playing the Rainer. Psalm, once again, going to be on that Anduin. Captain Wedge on the Falstad. Wildcard on the Kael'thas. Now we've got Sir Noble on the Garrosh. Now on the right, Winky Face. We got Full Mango once again on the Rexar. We've got Michelin going to be playing the Zeratul once again. We've got Gensers on the Tyrael, Brickhouse on the Junkrat, and we've got Zhao on the Malfurion. So we've got main tank Tyrael, bit of a comp steal, but in response we've got Garrosh on the other side for Sonoble once again with the triple backline. Really gotta wonder who's gonna go bottom here. Actually, Ace, I think we do have, after this afternoon and keeping up with it, we do have a 100% cast rate with replays. You're correct about that. I base those numbers that I post completely on live casting and not the replay casting, but yeah. But Arrow's been a machine this season with the replays. Ziltoid also doing quite a few replay casts. I figured I'd jump in and chip in a little bit today. Let's get these talents up for you, though. We all want to know what these guys are building. So it looks like they're going to send Captain Wedge to the bot lane. We've got Falstad v. Rexar. Meanwhile, Michelin, up top. Junkrat going down for that rotation to the top from Durotan's Couch. My apologies. I missed it. I was distracted by Michelin doing the camp down here. Captain Wedge, meanwhile, taking a decent amount of damage. It's going to be a tough matchup. He's just kind of waiting for that to come in. Michelin, meanwhile, going to go ahead and put some extra damage in on him. And now they've got 2 down here in the bot with the siege camp. 2.5 if you count Nisha. Meanwhile, the rotation game definitely being dominated a bit here by Durotan's Couch. They've got the superior wave clear for sure. Kael'thas gonna probably have big siege numbers again this game, I would imagine. Is it actually nuts or is it figuratively nuts? I'm confused. Sir Noble caught out a little bit here, but not a whole lot to keep him locked in up top, so he's not too worried. Brickhouse does have the ability to try to displace him a little bit, at the very least, with that grenade. Or concussion mine, I should say. He's throwing out grenades all day. Genser's now getting in there a little bit. But we do see 23 turned in so far for Durotan's Couch, so they're definitely dominating the rotation game. and getting the early game advantage here in terms of the objective. Down bot, Captain Wedge still holding on to 10 of those. Full Mango going to go ahead and look to turn in his 18. And will complete that. And you love having your solo laners turn in. You're risking so much when you got a ton sitting on just your solo laner, like we see with Captain Wedge, especially if he gets ganked, which he will avoid this time around. Concussion Mine, not quite finding Sir Noble that time around, but the flip is good, and Janzer's getting hit very low before he's able to Druin's away. Whew. A nice amount of poke there. And that's ace in the hole value when Sir Noble can hit that entire flip into Groundbreaker combo. What's up, Voodoo? Turn in number 1 going over to Durotan's couch here. Let's see Webweaver's coming out for them shortly. Looks like the focus is mainly going to be on the top lane, priority lane here, on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Level 7 now for both squads, so no big advantage here with this turn in, but they're looking to get an XP advantage for sure. Concussion Mine going down. Sir Noble kind of playing around that mine a little bit, kind of daring Brickhouse to pull him in. Everyone else just spreading out around it. And we'll see front wall going down here in top, as the Webweaver's still pretty healthy. Jenzers gets tossed in, but the Concussion Mine prevents the Groundbreaker follow-up. The root was good, though. But big story here is that the fort is just getting hammered here in the top lane. Good siege coming in from Durotan's couch. And they are going to go ahead and take that top fort down. And mid, fairly well defended there by Winky Face. Bots also appears to be pretty well defended. We'll take a look here. Yep, no problem there for Full Mango. But that top fort going down, pretty big deal at this phase of the game. Meanwhile, camp grab here by Captain Wedge. And he'll fly down to catch a little bit of that bot wave. Just a slight XP advantage right now for Winky Face. It's a good job by them getting a lot of soak. They've been prioritizing this bottom camp. Though now they do have this big wave in mid to have to deal with. And Junkrat is decent wave clear, but having that is really your only answer to all of this mess is kind of rough. Sir Noble on that mount chasing after Jenzers. Ultimately will back off a little bit there. Michaelin looking to poke in from the back, goes right through and will blink back to safety. But Jenzers gets caught in, gravity laps, ton of damage. We'll have to actually pop the indestructible there to survive. Sir Noble gets hit by the Riptire, and the last second ult comes in from Anduin there to keep him alive. But looks like they're going to trade out with the Tyrael off of that kill. A light bomb kept him alive almost long enough. Yeah, the laid light bomb after the VP, that was pretty funny. And it ensured that I think it made it hit more, which got more shield value. Meanwhile, rotation to the bot here to clean this up. Durotan's couch has had enough of those shenanigans. Meanwhile, Captain Wedge going up top, and turn-in will be secured for Winky Face. Their first opportunity to see what they can do with some Webweavers. Meanwhile, this fort in mid hanging on by a thread. As we see the full 5-man focus here to the mid. Looks like they're about ready to give up bottom fort, though Captain Wedge is flapping his way on over there. Meanwhile, a bit of a CC chain there. Self-unstoppable popped there for Sir Noble. Undomitable. And we will see the Web Weaver go down pretty quickly in mid. Winky Face has a little bit tougher time dealing with these massive waves than Durotan's Couch does, with the Kael'thas in particular. Very, very good at dealing with that. But meanwhile, Wildcard actually getting caught up a little bit here by Michael in there on that Zeratul, but Sir Noble actually the one taking quite a lot of damage as that rotation gets slowed. The Riptire actually gets gusted, stalling it from being valuable there. Not finding Sir Noble, who walked away, but the Web Weaver, meanwhile, has just been destroying top lane. Well, that ruckus bit of team fighting there by Winky Face, if nothing else, prevents Durotan's Couch from saving their fort. Still 2-2 on the kill count after that mess. And now the structure's a little more even. And a pretty big gem advantage right now for Winky Face. And they get the positioning to immediately drop quite a few of those gems in. Durotan's Couch just now getting to the point where they have enough return. And Michael trying to score it here and will do so. Level 13 advantage also here as the Gust comes out to keep Captain Wedge just barely alive. Yeah, he doesn't trust it. He doesn't trust that Zeratul isn't coming in. Was that Full Mango using Unleash the Boars to try and see if he was in range to get that last damage on Falstad? I think that's what we just heard. That would have been funny. I definitely would have laughed. Phoenix coming out in mid here by Wildcard. Bottom fort goes down. And they are diving in after Kael'thas there, forced to pop his shield. Keeps him nice and healthy though. Meanwhile, this mid fort is taking a beating. But they're doing a pretty good job of clearing the Web Weaver, nonetheless. Even with 5 members here. We do see Indomitable popped once again by Sir Noble. Didn't want to get caught out there. Michael also being scouted out there by the Groundbreaker. They're looking for a VP. He's got a couple opportunities for a big one here, but still is holding on to it. There it is. And the Riptire to follow. Ton of damage. The Leap of Faith gonna get Sir Noble out of there. Oh man, you hate to see that. The big Void Prism into an even bigger Riptire, and he didn't get any kills out of it. Falstad dying before that happened, I believe. Maybe? Actually, I didn't see where Falstad died. Oh, Michaelin. Whew. He would have been fine. He's Zeratul. He's wily. I will say this much, though, for Winky Face. With all that team fighting, they were able to get good value out of their Web Weavers in every lane. And they're just now getting to the point where they have enough for another turn-in. But not if we see Gensers die here. He will go ahead and pop the ult, stay alive for the moment. Light Bomb also used there, but rendered pretty much useless there by that Sanctification. While Camp's being grabbed on both sides, and Winky Face dumping a bunch of their gems here. Wasn't Egg Roll on your team before? No. I don't think I've never been on a team with Egg Roll. I've played him quite a few times, though. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing up people, too. Unleash the Boar's coming out. Going to slow down Sir Noble. Though Misha not quite getting the stun on the other side. Getting poked down for his efforts, though, quite a bit. Sir Noble, right now, one of the main parts of the Durotan's couch bank, trying to turn in, but having some trouble. Captain Wedge, meanwhile, getting dived upon. Sir Noble actually trying to find Zeratul there. Oh, and the mid fort goes down while this is all going on from that camp winning out. Genzer's going in, holy ground to split them up. But Sir Noble's just kind of looking for what he can find. Zhao actually gets tossed into the middle, but the Tranquility comes out to try and keep him and everyone else healthy in there. Meanwhile, the VP comes down, and there are a lot of low health bars as the Riptire comes in, and that's Falstad and Anduin going down. The chase is on. Wildcard falls. Sir Noble is going to fall and get cut off there. And Winky Face coming in hot and heavy here as they are going to push down this bottom keep. They might even look to try and finish the game right here. The Death Timers are not all that long, but still 4 members down for the next 15 seconds. And that should be enough with the siege damage that Winky Face has. They are chipping away. They've got the siege giants behind it. And actually the siege giants hilariously blocking out that catapult. But it's still going to be enough here. Especially with Sanctification. The Gust not going to even be able to come out for Captain Wedge. And that's going to be game number 2 going over to Winky Face. Very nicely done. And we are going to our second game 3 in a row. Juice Sanct. I like it. Yeah, both teams very effectively using Tyrael in very different ways so far in this series. Kael'thas getting a lot of good numbers value, but ultimately the team fighting and the macro play from Winky Face in this matchup doing a nice job of getting them the win. Big team fight win at the end as well. That was a good coordinated assault. They poked multiple members low. They got the big VP, and then that Riptire was just on point from Brickhouse. That was a game-winning combo for sure. And with that, we will move on to game number 3. So we'll load that up for you guys real quick. Gotta love replay casts, man. We just bang, bang, right on to the next one. Worth noting that tonight I have another cast coming up at 6 o'clock. So I hope you guys will come on back and join me for that one. We are going to have the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit versus Rush B. A couple of very influential teams here in NGS that have been around for quite a long time. All right, so let's get on in for game number 3. We're going to, admittedly, one of my least favorite maps, but that's okay. Especially from a caster standpoint. Tough to cast here on Dragonshire, but we'll do what we can. On the left, we got Durotan's couch. Captain Wedge going to be playing the Thrall. Big Egg Roll going to be on the Junkrat. We've got Psalm playing the Anduin for a 3rd game in a row. Sir Noble going to be on the Johanna. And we got Wildcard on the Greymane. On the right, we have Winky Face. We have Zhao going to be playing the Ariel. Got Michaelin on the Vala. Genzer is going to be on the Muradin. Full Mango for the 3rd game in a row going to be on the Rexar. And Brickhouse going to be on the Tassadar. So we've got the Hyper Carry Vala comp for Michaelin here. And Michaelin getting jumped on, but the sustain and support is good to keep him alive. He's going to like to turn around and try to use some of this Rancor that he's building up here. He'll make it down to bot just in time to keep those stacks alive. And that's his goal here. Just keep those stacks at 10. And keep on shooting stuff. Yeah. He has run this a lot before to great success, says 7th Ace. And doesn't surprise me. I've seen Michaelin play a lot of those carry, high impact style heroes. We've seen him Zeratul 2 games in a row and be pretty effective from, you know, again, the VP in the last game, not to mention just generally poking out and harassing the back line, which can be difficult to do without getting yourself in trouble. You know, like there's a line there where you can be effective, but sometimes overextend and get picked. It does a good job of walking that line. That's something you really want to see out of your hyper carry Vala style player. We will see the, once again, the damage combo coming down, but Michael unable to vault away, and both the supports down here are able to keep him nice and healthy and keep him shooting for the moment. They also have Rexar up top, which is very difficult to deal with here on Dragonshire. Brickhouse getting poked kind of low, though. Nothing that Xiao can't fix up, though. Giving a little bit of hope. Meanwhile, camps will be cleared up here in bot. A little bit of damage, but not much for Durotan's couch onto this front wall. Now, looks like for now they're going to push in and cap the shrine. Misha still just kind of babysitting the shrine up top, so this is going to give an opportunity in mid, but Wildcard is here to try and defend against Genzers being able to grab this. Meanwhile, down bot, the concussion mine in a kind of a rough place for Winky Face to have to deal with it there. But they are going to recap once again. And Greymane kind of sitting up top. Genzer is going to look to try and backdoor this. He's got the opening. Oh, Sir Noble comes in right at the end. Alright. It's a good call. And while we will see Wildcard up top helping out Captain Wedge, pushing full mango back. That's a whole bunch of words in a row I never thought I'd say. In a row, I should say. But, boy, the minute he rotates away, there goes Misha right back onto the point. Anduin, though, falling down in the bot lane. Big egg roll getting poked down pretty low as well. And meanwhile, this is exactly what you want out of your hyper carry comp. Just massive, massive amounts of sustain and siege potential. And you just set this in, you set this and forget this in bot lane. You know, they're gonna continually own the point. The big pick from Michael in there. Greymane just out a little bit too far. He's not going to let that go for free. Sir Noble going to be here to interrupt in mid, but meanwhile in bot they are just taking this fort down. No problem. Michaelin has lots and lots of siege damage. Brickhouse also able to contribute a bit of siege to go along with that, with the Psy Storms. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. Michaelin just doing a nice job of keeping his stacks up. That's really the big thing you want to see from your Vala. Is constantly able to keep that auto attack buff up. Man, he's doing an excellent job of it right now. And I guarantee you, we look at these stats and it's going to be all Vala now. Just massive, massive amounts of damage compared to everyone else. Junkrat's got some decent hero damage, but really it's just like, it's just not really comparable. Well, it looks like they will be able to secure the bottom fort for the moment. Michaelin starting to kite back a bit here as the focus seems to be on the supports, but I don't know, it's kind of like you leave Michaelin alone and try to get the supports. The supports just support each other while Vala rips your team apart. If you focus on the Vala, then both the supports are free to just heal away at him. And you know, it's how do you counter this? It's got to be with those massive, massive amounts of big AoE CC to lock everybody down and kill everybody at once. Almost seems like the only way to really do it. And boom, Johanna goes down. And now they're going to go ahead and grab the camp. And next up is maybe the keep? I don't know. And this is just Winky Face's game. They're just gonna keep their other two and these other two lanes soaking. They're going to keep pressure up here in the top lane. Not that they really have to have this shrine, but while they have it, it allows for Gensers to draw somebody to mid just to block. Meanwhile, look at this. Wildcard's going to have to back up. They sneak the Ana up to get that. And it's going to be the first Dragon Knight of the game going over to Winky Face. Right, yeah. Joe will have that Blessed Shield soon, but at this point, now you're seeing the Dragon Knight come out. It's going to be an early Dragon Knight still, but going directly onto this keep. Front wall. The kick going to come out instantly onto Greymane, which is going to reset his Inner Beast stacks. Or his Inner Beast cooldown, at the very least. And meanwhile, they're looking at the kill, trying to get Michael, and even putting the Light Bomb at it. They do eventually exchange the Greymane for the Vala and the Tassadar. But while this is all going on, this is a full 5-man commitment just to get that 1-for-2 exchange. And Full Mango just doing his thing up in top. Getting a little bit more of an XP lead here for Winky Face. And that's the thing about the Dragon Knight. It's very good siege. And it does have the displacement kick that can sometimes result in picks. But ultimately, it's not a good team fighter. It's really, really difficult. You got to be very careful about teams committing and securing those team fights while you've got somebody in your Dragon Knight, especially your main healer. But either way, Winky Face still in a very good place here in this matchup. We will see Durotan's Couch rotating and invading here in the bot lane. So now they're going to look to have double camp. Vala is still up top. Multiple members looking to try and get in here to see if they can make something happen. Gensers is going to look to get on the point, but after eating that cursed bullet, I'm going to have to back up. Vala was just coming down, but now they do have the camp pushing in top lane. Captain Wedge going to have to go up and respond to this. The Full Mango not going to make it easy on him. Meanwhile, down bot, the siege is on for Durotan's Couch. They're trying to even out the advantage in this lane. If they can get the well, that would be a pretty good get, but right now this 3-man is back at doing what it does best. But wait a minute, the Crystal Aegis comes down and saves them from the big AoE combo, and now they are turning it around. Winky Face has got everybody in their sights. Multiple members low. They get 2, make it 3 with Sir Noble. Ouchies. That combo almost looked so good there to get the Vala, but that Aegis coming out at the last second from Zhao was so clutch. Saving Michaelin, saving their entire comp strategy there.
Control both shrines, and the Dragon Knight's power is yours.
And we will see the top fort going down as well, as the rest of the team sieges down here in the bot lane. They have the siege camp now and are pushing with it. Q not quite finding its mark. Michaelin getting caught out there a little bit, but ultimately is returning the damage in spades here to Big Egg Roll. Yeah, they've got the Light Bomb and Blessed Shield combo up, but Aegis still available to counteract that. Wildcard trying to put out the damage on the other side, poking down Gensers quite a bit, but now it's Sir Noble that gets just completely shredded. And now they can push into the keep. And again, they're okay just applying this pressure down in bot and just allowing Durotan's Couch to try and handle it however they want, because they pretty much seem borderline unstoppable right now. And they find Greymane caught out a little bit in the top half there. And Michaelin just keeps on shooting stuff. No problemo there. And now Brickhouse with double the Psy Storms here can really put down a lot more pressure in a siege fashion. He's completed the first half of that level 1 quest as well, so a little bit of extra value out of those Psy Storms. Oh, meanwhile, look at the damage they turn around on Anduin. Now they don't even have the keep to worry about. Nothing to retreat to here, except maybe to the mid lane here. Captain Wedge gonna have to tap and wait for that healing to come back in. Wildcard diving in. Big Sunder coming out. Riptire to follow. We will see the Aegis coming out, but it's not really preventing much of anything. While Durotan's Couch trying to get in, they get the kill on Vala. Wildcard now stuck to Zhao, takes him down. And just like that, it's a 1-for-3 exchange. Or no, actually Anduin was down a long time ago. I take it back. It was a 4v5 and or 4v4, and they somehow got the 3-for-0 exchange. Numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers, numbers, and more numbers. Durotan's Couch did a good thing. There. That's a little easier. But meanwhile, Genzer's doing a nice job of at least not making this free. Cernoble kind of low here. So it's going to get healed up by that light well quite a bit. See, me personally, I'm not a big fan of the light well, but I've seen it used to great effect by others. I just like the other 16, the reset on your Q. But meanwhile, DK grabbed up here by Durotan's Couch. They are looking to have the comeback of the day, and that is really saying something, considering some of the comebacks we've seen here. Meanwhile, big Sunder coming out. Light Bomb to follow it up. Aegis going to protect Michaelin, allow him to step back and reset here. Muradin gets kicked away. We'll see big healing coming out from both sides. Archon and just shooting people down. We're going to see a couple members go down on the side of Durotan's Couch. Wildcard also going to be caught out. Big Q coming in from Genzers to set that one up. And just like that, it's a 3-for-0 exchange for Winky Face as they look to turn it around. I shouldn't have called it a comeback. I jinxed them. Even the next day saying it, clearly I jinxed them. And Winky Face going to be looking to march in towards the core. Oh, the big stun on the big egg roll. And the Leap of Faith was just enough to get him out of that situation. It even got interrupted a little bit, but it still got him out. And he's going to be back for the defense, but oh, in comes a big Sunder into another big ult there with the Light Bomb. Ariel goes down, and Durotan's Couch is defending this, ladies and gentlemen. 35% on the core, but Durotan's Couch is on the chase, and Winky Face is on the run. They do turn, and they get Captain Wedge, but Brickhouse goes down as well. And it's a bloodbath now. Full Mango going to be able to find Anduin. Or no, never mind. That was Michaelin. It was all Michaelin. The whole time it was Michaelin. And they're going to get back onto the core. And I think this should be enough. Never mind. Wildcard just blew Vala up. I honestly don't know what to make of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. What a roller coaster these last few minutes have been. I thought the game was over, and then it wasn't, and then I thought it was over again, and it still wasn't. Can I just shout out the play from Wildcard there? That was ridiculous. That cursed bullet combo right into all the damage. Blowing up Michaelin, keeping the game alive for now. Worth noting that Durotan's Couch still has a long way to go here, but we won't call it a comeback just yet. Genzers is here to scout this attempt out at catching this, but oh, look at the cursed bullet damage coming out. But up top, Misha captures the point, and that will prevent the potential turn-in. Meanwhile, both the healers have to be careful here. Level 20 now in for Winky Face, so they once again have the advantage. And they are collapsing. Ult gonna be popped here for Rexar, so big Misha coming in. Michael dealing decent amount of damage, but nothing that Lightwell and Anduin can't handle. Meanwhile, Winky Face just gonna look to play the macro for now. They're gonna grab the camp real quick. Big egg roll rotating up quickly there with that Ripper Air. Able to quickly get to the top lane and recap that point. And now Durotan's Couch, they just really need to play this slow until they can get this level 20. If they can prevent the Dragon Knight from being picked up until level 20, they can do it. Arrow, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're here in game number 3. Down to the last moments of this matchup. Big damage coming down. Ooh, on the Captain Wedge. Big light bomb in response, though. And look at the Sunder. Genzer's gonna get that last second Aegis. Isn't gonna be enough, though. It is still a 1-for-0 exchange in favor of Winky Face. Make it 2-for-0, though, as Greymane gets caught out on the back end of that. Now with this giant wave and 33% on the core, I can't imagine there's anything less than the end of the game. Though I've said that 3 times now. Winky Face will get it finished up this time before that Riptire comes in and ruins everything. GG, well played, as Winky Face takes the series 2-1 over Durotan's Couch. Very well played by both of these squads all game long. A very entertaining series overall, but especially an entertaining game 3. And I don't often say that about Dragonshire, but it was very fun to watch. And as Seventh Day said, Michaelin and this hyper carry Volacomp really carrying them to victory for sure. Very well executed by these guys. Those Aegises from Zhao were on point all game long. Definite game changer there is the CC combo from Blessed Shield, Light Bomb, Sunder, all of those things coming in is a good counter to that hyper carry value, but at the same time, if it just gets Aegis and then Michaelin just continues to shoot people, then that's just not going to work out. I'll give you guys a last look at these talents from everybody. And then we will close out our very fun session here of replay casts. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching and hanging out in chat. It's always nice to see you guys and hang out and interact with everybody. I want to thank the teams for playing. Very, very good games. Both 3-game series coming out here in both of these matches. Congrats to Winky Face for their big win here. And just in general, I want to thank all the casters for doing such a great job this season. The community, of course, for being so amazing to interact with and play in. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for me. I am Jason, and for the Nexus Gaming series. Until next time, have a good day. We'll see you later at 6 o'clock for another cast, by the way. Didn't want to forget that. So see you guys in a few hours.